In this video, we're going to learn how to do the Solomon knot, also known as a lover's knot. So let's get started. I've got medium worsted weight yarn, size K or 10.5 in US terminology, or a 6.5 millimeter crochet hook. This one happens to be Susan Bates. You can use whatever style fits in your hand comfortably. Start out with a slip knot, and then you pull that tight. Then you're going to we've got our slip knot, chain one, see the V on the front and the bump on the back, or the back horizontal bar. Somebody says the back bump just does not sound elegant enough for crochet. Well, that's what I call it. That's what it looks like. Then you make a single crochet into it. Now we're going to make 12 loops, and these are the loops that come across the bottom here. And 12 is a multiple of 4 because, well, we actually just need a multiple of 2 plus 2, but it's easier just doing a multiple of 4 because we're going to form these circles, these wedding ring type circles. Where there's 4 of these loops. So the ones that are going across this way are the 2 on the bottom. The return row will be the 2 on the top, and then the return row will be the 2 staggered above those. Alright, to make those loops and to get them an even size, you need something as a guide to get those loops the right size. Well, I have a pretty big thumb, so I'm going to use my thumb. So I pull up the loop about the size of my thumb. I put my thumb next to that loop under the hook, catch it, pull it through. Now we're going to single crochet in that back loop of that chain we just made, just like that. Drop a loop and draw through 2. Pull up the loop again about the width of your thumb. Put your thumb underneath there, and if it's too loose, pull up on this piece here a little bit, tighten it up. Let your thumb make the size of your loop. So that's 2. Make a single crochet in that back loop. Draw it up, go around the thumb, single crochet in the back loop. Drop a loop, get it around your thumb, tighten it up just a little bit, single crochet, and I am going to do 12 of these. 12 of these loops. See how that looks? And each chain will have 1 loop on one side and 2 on the other. Because basically it's single crochet, chain 1, single crochet into that chain, chain 1, single crochet. It's just that your chains are big. Okay, so now we're going to do that big chain 1, and we're going to single crochet in the back bump of that chain. Draw it up, get your thumb in there. Draw it up, thumb in there. See how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need to do 2 more for my 12. 11, 12. Okay, now what we're going to do is see how it's all twisted. We want to get it so it's not twisted. Make sure all your single strands are on the back and the double ones are in the front facing you, just like this, just so it doesn't twist up on you. Okay. All right. Now you take these first 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you skip those, and that single crochet right there is where we're going to work in. Now if you look closely at this single crochet, you can see that if we were working into it, we'd go under these 2 loops right there, and so that's what we're going to do. Poke your hook right into the middle of that single crochet and make a single crochet, just like that. And then you make 2 chain loops, 1, 2, then we're going to skip 2 loops and single crochet in the next single crochet. Make 2 chain loops, 2, and this really goes fast once you get started on it. And you go into the next one. Okay. 2 chain loops, skip 2, single crochet, complete 1 more circle, one, 2, and then we're going to go back to that very first single crochet we made and make a single crochet. Whoop, I slip stitched. There we go. So we got our first row of loops. Now this is the next step. We're going to have to make our ends to get them even. We're going to have to, instead of having these circles, every other row is going to have a triangle on the end to make it even. So we're going to make that triangle now. We already have this 1 loop's going to be in the triangle, so we need 2 more loops. So draw up your loop, do that single crochet, and then do the second one and single crochet. Now we're going to take this baby and we're going to just flip that over. Okay, and this is where this end one can get twisted a little bit. It's just going to happen because we turned it around. You can try to keep the single loops on the outside edge there if you want. So you're going to see that you've got 2 chain loops. This one's not connected, but the next one is. You always want to work in the one that's not connected. See what I mean? This one has 4 loops coming off of it, or this one only has 2 loops coming off of it. So we're going to make a single crochet in there. And this end will have a triangle of stitches instead of a circle. See where this is a circle right here? This one's a triangle. But now we're going to do circles across to the other end. So draw up your loop. Draw it through, make your single crochet. Do that again. Draw it through, make a single crochet. Now we're going to skip the knot and go into the next one. Make a single crochet. So that's what we have so far. I'm going to work this all the way across the row. Draw up the loop. make your chain knot with a single crochet. Draw up a loop, make a chain knot with a single crochet. Skip 2 loops and the big knot in the middle. Single crochet in the next loose knot. Sometimes if you're pulling it a little bit, make sure it's going to hold. So if you get it under 1 loop instead of 2, it can be a mess. All right, let's do this all the way across the row. And single crochet. And 1, 2, single crochet. Now we're going to make our little triangle on this end. Let's do that. We're going to do 1. Oh, there we go. Okay, now we're going to make a single crochet into this loop here, but we're going to draw it up long like we did with our chain stitches. So draw it up, get around your thumb, just like you did for the chain stitches. And this time instead of single crocheting in that spot, we're going to make a slip stitch. Pull that slip stitch tight when you slip stitch too. Now we're going to make 2 chain loops. 1, 2. Turn everything over. And then I'm going to take my hook out and turn that over too. Okay. Now we're going to skip this knot here. Single crochet in the next one. Do 2. Skip this knot, skip 2 loops and the knot in between them. Go in the next knot that's free. Single crochet into that one. Do this across the row again. Same thing over and over again. It's just every other row you do the tall single crochet. Yarn behind me there. 2. Here we're going to single crochet in the top of that triangle thing. At the end of this one we don't do that tall. So there we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of our lover's knot or Solomon knot stitch, and you continue with those 2 rows until it's the length you desire, and you finish it off and drawing your tails. And hiding your tails on this, you want to make sure that you follow along one of the lines and then maybe wrap it around a couple times in the knot and then go around. And the hiding tails is a little more difficult in this looser stuff. So that's why you want to make sure you leave a nice long tail to hide later. But that is the Solomon knot, the net stitch. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. come back and see me. I would love to see video responses or pictures. Let me know how it's going.